Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Took a week off.
Monday.
We're back.
Shoot us.
Full house, too.
Full house. Doing it.
Full
Lot going
house.
on, huh?
Everybody's back, including Rory.
Did you guys watch the Wells Fargo?
I watched
Was it
this.
Not
Just
I
one
watched the
shot.
end this Sunday.
Third time winning, right?
Did you guys watch it at all?
First time since 2019.
I mean, we are a golf podcast.
So did they play last
watched
year,
the end
Tom,
of
or
it.
was he back to back?
We're not a
Fucking no, I didn't watch. I didn't watch last year.
We're a
Barely
lifestyle
watched this
What are
podcast.
you
year.
talking about last year? No.
Tom said he won in 2019. So I was
No, I
wondering-
didn't. I said it
No.
was he hasn't won
I'm going to get a beer.
since 2019.
Oh. Which isn't that long because they barely played last year.
Well, you should know who won last year. Or it didn't happen last year. You should know who was the defending champion.
Do you know?
Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be asking this question.
The defending champion. I have no idea.
It's a
Like-
guy that we talk about a good bit.
Maverick McNeely.
Patrick Reed.
Nope.
Bryson.
Nope. Another hint, it was his first win on tour.
Matt
Victor Hovland.
Nope.
Morikawa.
No.
I'm all out of guesses.
No, you're not.
In 2019.
Phil Nicholson.
Tiger Woods.
Arnold Palmer.
Axoma.
Ding ding ding.
Wow, there you go.
It was
Good
Arnold
job.
Palmer. See?
We're totally a golf podcast. We knew that this whole time, but we just needed to add some drama to it.
I mean, we don't have to really sugarcoat it. This week's episode is primarily going to be highlighting Cam's absolutely incredible trip, right? Up to the Northeast. Consider that the Northeast.
The Cam's trip and John's failure at building a race car.
Yeah,
wait.
I want to hear that story about the truck.
I want to know how it goes from them because it was a piece.
It was running.
Then
Yeah.
they started it, got it going, and driving,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden it's DOA and it literally is illegal. Can't qualify, like they can't drive it anymore.
So,
Wait, so I
stay
missed all
tuned
that.
for
What
that
happened?
story. So stay tuned for that story. Let's jump into
Well,
Cam's
it's-
trip,
It's happening now. Okay.
and then we'll circle back. So stay tuned. Make sure you listen to the whole podcast
Yeah,
to hear.
John
this.
Circle back.
just got back and has no idea what's going on.
Nope, no clue.
So Cam, stars from the top. You played some great courses.
Some great courses. Understatement of the podcast.
And what do you want me to say? Just the courses that I played? I mean, it's
No, I want to know everything.
Yeah, tell us about
How'd
the
you
trip.
shoot? Where'd you
I
play?
mean, I did not play well. But so Thursday I flew in early in the morning and went to Marion. The place is a real gem. It's really fucking cool. I mean, I don't know how many people watched the 2013 US Open. I didn't really appreciate it then. Seeing the property and the history and the people, it was by far the best place.
How many members does Marion have?
I don't know.
So just to clarify, this is just outside of Philadelphia, right?
I mean, this is in Westchester area. I don't know exactly. Maybe Ardmore Ave. I don't know.
It's Pennsylvania. Just for the listeners.
Jesus Christ. I mean, duh. But I mean, we don't need to tell. They can just Google where it is. Fuck. They have an east and a west course. East course is mainly like, where members bring guests, and then the west course is easier and where a lot of the members play. You can have carts and everything like that. So I played with Jeff Price, good buddy of mine. He was at Breakfast at Tiffany's and lives in that area. And then we had our member host who's insanely awesome. They're coming down to Sweetens next month, so that'll be nice to kind of show him around there. And then I don't know if anyone is an Eagles fan, but then also played with Hall of Fame receiver Mike Quick, and he was really fucking. He kicked my ass. So yeah, no, the course.
Were you
is
like the best
spectacular.
one on the handicap of the group?
Yeah, that's why I got fucked. And I also shot 83, so that works too. But yeah, well, the course is hard, and I didn't play well.
I was gonna say, was it a hard course or
I hit it over the road 3 times on 3 different holes.
Sorry, my mic fell.
But no, I mean we had 2 great caddies. One guy who's kind of a living legend, as I was told. He had been there for over 40 years, which was pretty cool. And then seeing some of the holes, just they're really good. And the Ben Hogan plaque on 18, I mean, posted that picture. It's just a really cool experience. Seeing the locker room is great. And then also I spent about, a mortgage payment in the pro shop. So yeah, it was good. So that was Thursday. Friday, we played 36. So in the morning we played White Manor, which was Jeff's home course. Arguably has the most potential if they just firm up the greens and fairways a little bit. Gorgeous property, a lot of fun. Definitely a sleeper. And then in the afternoon we played Philly Cricket, which, I mean, it's Philly Cricket. So if you know the course, you kind of understand where I'm coming from in terms of it really doesn't need a lot to be said about it.
That's 100% private, correct?
Yes.
That's what I was just making sure. It just seems like if every now and then you get like a huge like influx on Instagram of people popping up, getting a chance to play out there. Not just yourself.
They have a fuck ton of members.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. And they also have 2 courses. But it was a lot of fun. It rained on us like for 2 holes or so, but really, really great course. The vibe is almost eerie, like in a good way though. But yeah, so, and then Saturday was Aronimink, which was probably top of my list, just behind Marion. Really similar to Philly Cricket, but I think it had a little bit more of a comforting vibe, and that's nothing to like take away from Philly Cricket, but it was just different.
So what's the course layouts of like Philly Cricket in the last one you just said? Are they more traditional style? They're not links. They're more wide open.
Okay, well,
what's the design? I'm curious. I don't know.
Well, no, that's fine. I bet I want to make sure I use terms that. Okay, so the definition of a links course, and fucking at me, I don't care. It has to be on the water. Traditional links course, yeah. So none of these are links.
Okay.
And when you mean traditional, are you just meaning open, tree lined? Like, I mean, both Philly Cricket
more open. They look more open on Instagram more than
Philly
anything.
Cricket is wide open. It's every hole is out in front of you for the most part. Where it's going to get you is around the green, which
elevated, crowned.
Just they're hard. I mean, they all have a mix of complexes. It's not like all of them are Donald Ross, like flipping a bowl over and you're putting on that. But yeah, so that's where Aronimink probably has a little bit more trees, but it's still very open. Probably every hole except for 2 are right in front of you. Definitely enjoyed that. That's where on 11 it hailed for about 10 minutes, and then it rained for 2 holes, and then the sun came out, and so it was nice.
Sounds like you were golfing here in Chicago.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
last year at Mammoth.
It wasn't ideal, but it was still fun. Really enjoyed it. We played with one of Jeff's buddies he's from South Africa and plays for Lehigh, I think. He's a rising junior. So he played bad and he still shot very well. That was nice to watch. But and then Sunday morning was Atlantic City Country Club. So we met up with Jared Coca, Moxie Sticks, who's a member out there, and kind of gave us the rundown. And I thoroughly enjoyed it there. It's right there on the shore. Gorgeous place with a ton of history. I mean, I posted a few things like they have a locker for Al Capone, Kisner, Daly, Arnold Palmer. Like there's just a shit ton of
Michael
history
Phelps.
there. Michael Phelps, yeah. And so yeah, that was a lot of fun. I played my best that day. But overall, I would say it was quite the bucket list trip, and I'm ready to do it again.
On the next one, and you are headed off to the Ringer next weekend or this coming weekend.
Heading over there Thursday, playing in Charlotte, and then Tobacco Road Friday morning, then Pine Needles Friday afternoon, and then Mid Pine Saturday and Sunday.
Man,
Not
Is
too
that
bad.
That's it.
Have you finished your Vapor Drive birdie card yet or no?
Fuck no, dude. I'm not gonna win that shit.
I was just laughing because I haven't even gotten out to play since
Uh-huh.
receiving the card. And then you got guys like Johan and a couple other guys who already have like 20 some birdies. And it's like these
Johan
people are
plays
gonna
like 4 times a day or 4 times a week. So
there's
I would,
like
I would expect that.
these people are gonna finish their card before I even have a chance
it's
to
gonna
play
take
like
me a
one
season
round.
and a half to finish that card, maybe 2 seasons to finish
60,
that card.
69 birdies. I'll probably keep this on my bag for about 4 years.
Yeah. So I got out and played League Tuesday, and it was that evening was the evening after my second COVID vaccine. And I'm gonna blame my
Sounds like an
on
excuse.
that. So it was that's what I'm gonna use because I think I walked off before my dad could even tell me my score. I had all doubles and 1 par. Mine. It was like easily 53,
Wow.
54, maybe. I don't even know. I just walked off. So hopefully tomorrow's league's better than that.
I'm
So
excited.
really-
Tomorrow's our first league night. Go
Really
ahead.
quick, Cam. You went on this trip. Did you go alone and just like meet Jeff there, or?
Yeah, no, Jeff and I have been talking about this since last fall. So we,
Okay.
had, we had planned on it. So I went up there and I stayed with him, and we took the courses by storm.
I
He
know
looks
that
like-
guy.
Yeah,
I know
he's-
that guy.
He seems like an awesome guy. I think Tom and I had a chance to
He's-
chat with him
He's
the
really cool.
morning of breakfast
He
at
was my
Tiffany
teammate.
starts. Oh,
Teammate.
okay.
Yeah, so he actually
I was the one that dragged him down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he actually started in the golf business, and then realized how shitty it was and got out. But he was actually a pro at Aronimink for a year, and then he got out of the golf business. So I don't blame him.
He seemed like an awesome guy.
Yeah,
so.
he's great. He's great, and he'll be down for Mad Hatter. So
Sweet.
Great
Yeah.
company.
Looking
All
forward
around.
to it. So, shall we get into it? The truck scandal.
Truck
Scandal.
scandal.
Great
John,
truck
how do you
scandal.
go from a piece of shit truck that doesn't drive to making it drivable to then telling us it's DOA illegal and you can't run it?
So the race truck saga, yes.
sounds
So
like
we-
Baffert.
We got
Wait,
Figgity fucked like worse than Baffert. So
I don't think
You
so.
would-
Yeah.
We
Not
didn't
quite,
know
but I
you-
like to try.
Yeah, so
Put gas, and a guy had peed on the gas tank.
yeah, so basically what happened with the truck is I went to pick up some brake fluid from a race shop in Cleveland up by a customer of mine, and was showing the guys the pictures of what we did, and they're like, that's pretty fucking awesome. And you guys got this done. I'm like, yeah, we're ready to put the roll cage in it, put the fire suppression system, all the safety equipment. He's like, you should probably email tech about this just to make sure they're kosher with everything. I'm like, what are you talking about? I followed the rule book. I've done all the paperwork and everything, like kept track of it. He's like, you should probably just check with them. They might consider that frame that we built a tube frame chassis. I'm like, okay. Emailed tech last Friday. Tech emailed me back and said, yeah. So basically, we also swapped all of our rear end. So when we started our rear end swap, I posted on their forums, said, hey, what's a rear end swap worth? So we basically cut the rear of this S10 off, put a rear end suspension drivetrain out of a Mazda RX-7 behind this S10 and made a cage for it and welded it all in. And it was 50 points. It's points-based racing. You start with X amount of points. You can only have up to 500 points to be legal, to be in the contention for any winnings or to place, basically. So 50 points is a swap. I had my piece of paper, went through everything. Well, after I started the project, some guy decided to get a Corvette and cheat the shit out of everybody last fall. And then therefore they removed that 50-point ruling and didn't tell anybody because it was a tech test ruling. It wasn't in the official rules. If it's, you ask a question to tech, that ruling supersedes everybody in the series. So you can see what they ask, you see what the ruling is, and you can use that ruling for your build. We started with that build, and the guy's like, there's no more 50-point rule anymore. You've got to add up every component of your rear end. There's 14 components to this rear end for 10 points apiece. So we went from 50 points for our rear end swap to 140 points, and that put us way over our 500-point limit. On top of that, he's like, yeah, that tube frame chassis isn't going to fly. I've got to talk to our other tech advisor and our CEO to see if they'll even let you run in the series. Multiple emails ensued. I called them out for not having anything in the rules. There's nothing against a tube frame chassis. This isn't a tube frame chassis. And they came back today, and I got the final ruling today. It was like, yeah, you can hack off what you had, put a crumple zone in with the original rusty frame rails and a bash bar in the back, move your fuel cell, and we'll let you run in this class that doesn't count for anything. But they're never going to let you run in the class that counts for something. So that's the basis.
Hilarious.
We just get, yeah.
So
Did you
So-
send
Try
them
it
a
again
picture
next
of your
year.
balls? Because you
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
So what's the
So-
next step here?
Turn it into a drag truck, a manual, manual class drag truck.
We're just gonna probably finish it and autocross it because it's the only thing we can fucking do with it. What we'll probably do is we'll get it to where like we can show up and drive an autocross, and I'll put like a flat black paint job on it and sell it on Facebook Marketplace to some other dude that wants to autocross and try to get as much money back out of it as I can. Because like,
what a bunch of cucks.
yeah, it really pissed me off. I haven't dove into I have to drink a lot of beer some night, probably tomorrow night after golf, and sit down and write a nice long post in the forum and just call everybody out on their bullshit and every rule that wasn't in the rule book and everybody else that's like
Yes.
That's how those
fucked
people win,
everything
though.
over.
They cheat.
May the
And-
bridges you burn light your way.
Yeah.
I like that,
I've never
yes.
heard that before.
Yes.
That's a tattoo right there. May the bridges you burn light your way.
I've never heard
that.
that.
That's what Dean's
That's
getting on his ass.
fucking awesome. Yes. Yes. So, but yeah, it's just a fucking bunch of bullshit. And like the tech guy that called me today was super nice, the head of tech. He's like, really wish you'd have reached out to us when you started this build because we could have turned you in the right direction and told you this wasn't going to work. I'm like, I fucking followed your rule book and everything on their rules. Like, there's no need to ask you for permission for shit that's not in your, like, it's on your rule.
Right.
It's right there. I shouldn't have to ask you everything we have to fucking
What's
do.
the point of having rules then?
Exactly. This is a whole big fucking mess with this series anyway. And he's like, I feel bad for you, man. He's like, don't lose that fire. Don't lose that fire. We'll get you out there. And I'm like, dude, I spent probably 250 hours building this truck and countless thousands of dollars, and I have nothing left. I literally have a S10 in my garage that I can't do anything with because I followed your fucking rules and you fucked me over. So, but it's fun. You guys will have fun driving it. It's a fucking blast. You can't.
Ooh, I get to drive it.
It's
Yeah,
a
you can
manual,
fucking
right?
Drive that thing. I don't fucking care. It's
Yes.
at this point.
Destroy that clutch.
Oh, baby.
It's a brand new clutch.
Ready to
So.
die.
That
Um,
clutch is gonna be screaming after Austin tries to drive
can't-
that thing.
You can't start in first gear because it's got 444 gears in the rear end. And if you just rev it through first gear, it has wheel hop so bad we will blow the differential out of it. If
That's
we start in first gear.
incredible.
You can do it.
I'm gonna apologize now. I'm gonna destroy that truck.
You can go from if you shift from second to third gear, you can bark the tires going from second to third gear in this truck. That's how much
Roll
torque this
Tide.
thing has. So it's as hillbilly as hillbilly gets. It's so I had so many plans for this fucking thing, and then to race at the home like IndyCar races there, IMSA races there at Mid Ohio to race
Yeah.
that track.
That would've
It's
been
just a
cool.
big kick in the fucking nutsack.
That's
So
tough.
it's just
Well, it sounds
just
like you could still
sucks.
race it. You just won't win.
I'll just race it. Well, no, they can't even guarantee if I fix what they say that then
That
they
they'll let you
could they'll
race.
let us race. But the
Yeah.
bright side of this whole thing is though, if I wouldn't have bought that brake fluid from that guy that used to
You
tech
would have
cars,
never known.
Right, you would have
True.
showed
never
up. but they
known.
would've
I would have
told you
shown
to
up
fuck
and
yourself.
found out the night before that we can't race. I would have dropped F-bomb on
No,
F-bomb on
you
every.
would've- you
I
would've
probably
set
would have shot
every
somebody.
car on fire. That's what we would have
Would've
done.
done something,
I would have
but yeah,
flown
oh my
up
God.
and help you. You know,
Oh, I would have been
a lot of
so
felonies.
fucking pissed. I would have probably
lot of
like, oh my
felonies.
God,
a
yeah.
lot of felonies.
Mhm.
My name.
That would have
God.
been bad.
My
That would have been
cartels.
bad.
That's like the videos on Facebook, like Karen flips out on worker.
Oh, dude.
I
Oh,
mean,
dude.
John-
I would have
John-
been screaming at people like lividly, and I would have been pulling up every fucking like. There's nothing in here. They're like two trains.
Nothing in the rules that says I can't burn your car to the
Yeah.
ground.
Oh, yeah. So, but it is what it is. It sucks because I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to build another one again, and like I have no inkling to start
are you
another
doing next
project
year?
like this because the hundreds of hours that I put into this thing to have nothing to show for it, like it's.
Well, you got a
fucking
truck to show
terrible.
for it.
Well, how
I mean,
about
I do,
this?
but it's not like
Take all
the
your
original.
doggy coin money, and we'll buy one.
Well,
Doggy.
my doggy coin money, I sold at 4 cents.
You
That
should
was
buy right
stupid.
now. It's crashing.
I had
What's
7.
this? No, there's this other thing that had like 10 zeros in front of it before, and nothing.
Now it's got three
buy
zeros.
Buy that.
Buy $5 worth of that, I'll be a millionaire.
Wait, so John,
So,
what did you buy at?
I bought it at 7 and I sold it for 4.
So you're probably literally the only person in this world who's lost money on Dogecoin.
Probably right, but that's how it works. Do you know how those people that touch anything they can flip it for double the money? Well, I buy shit and build shit that's worth half the money when I'm done with it. Usually,
It's
like my
literally-
investments or my pickup truck. I buy something, spend it. It's like here, take $8,000 and give me 4,000 back. Here, I'll just give you $4,000. That's probably
You look
what
at
happens to me
Dogecoin,
in
it's literally
everything.
just a straight line up, and somehow John lost money on that.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I need another beer right now. Maybe I'll just make a Manhattan out of that last little bit of Weller I have.
Oh,
Yeah, make
you
me
should
one.
buy the dip right now, man. It's
I'm not
down to
buying
like
no
45
fucking
cents.
dip. No,
Buy
no,
the
not
dip at
happening.
45 cents.
No, not gonna fucking happen. So
I'm up pretty big still with doggy, as Cam says.
doggy coin.
Yeah, dog
Yeah.
coin.
So that's the race truck story. You guys can drive it when you're here.
Oh, I dipped
And
first. I win. I'm doing it first.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you do it first, none
I'm
of us are gonna be able
I'm
to
so
drive it.
excited.
yeah. So
We don't even
it's-
have to play golf. I'll just drive that truck everywhere.
Fucking golf cart will just be Cam. We'll just hop in the back of the pickup.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
shoot. If
I'm
I
excited
go,
for you guys to come
I
out
go
here.
to jail-
It's gonna be a blast. I got to get golf set up and get tee times reserved and everything like that here soon.
Yeah,
Already?
I got to get my flight. They were looking really expensive when I looked today, so I need to.
You fly Southwest?
No, American. I have a credit, so that's I'm gonna use.
Oh, gotcha. So
And always fly in and get some Nick and Vitos and drive with us.
I'm not
fly 4 hours and then drive
driving.
another 4 hours. No,
Yeah,
that's
no,
fucking
no.
stupid.
No.
Good.
So we got
pizza,
some
though.
golf this weekend.
Good pizza.
Any tournaments coming up since we are a golf podcast?
The AT&T by Ron Nelson.
I see
Yeah.
DJ just withdrew from that today.
Did he? I didn't
Yeah,
see
he
that.
withdrew today to I think it was a tight or knee soreness, maybe.
This
Probably
is
fell down the
a
stairs again.
He was on his knees too much.
little warm up for the PGA.
Is that the following week?
Mm-hmm.
God
Nice.
damn.
Good. I'll be home to be a lazy fuck. Oh,
Getting-
that's also the same weekend as Monaco. Sorry,
Yep. I've watched every F1 race so far this year.
dude. I am glued.
Yeah. My
I
dad
was
watches
able-
NASCAR. I watch F1.
I was able to not. I flew home and I was able to not get any spoilers on the race, and no one fucked it up for me. Thank God. And I was able to watch it last night. Man, it's so good.
It seems like it was a fucking switch, like a switch flipped one day, and everybody I
the
know
Netflix
now what?
It's the Netflix.
It's the
series.
Netflix series. It's called Drive to Survive. If you haven't seen it, you need
No.
to watch it now. It's so fucking good.
Really?
So they do like this in March came out last season's Drive to Survive. It's like a docudrama of what happens each week. Netflix follows them around to every track and keeps track of all the drama, their headquarters, like the team changes. There's 3 seasons of it on Netflix. You need to watch it because Drive to Survive is fucking awesome.
Really?
It's so good.
Okay, that makes a lot
And
of sense.
they're
then.
having a race in Miami next year, 2022. F1
Really?
Miami. They're racing around the Hard Rock Stadium, which
I
is
just
kind of
seen-
dumb, but
There's
whatever.
a post on Reddit of the trophy for Monaco in the trophy case, and Louis Vuitton sponsored the trophy case for this year, and so it's just like this giant gaudy ass like black and red Louis Vuitton fucking case. And someone goes, "That is the most Monaco thing I've ever seen."
So one of the
And everyone
drivers,
there's like that's like Louis Vuitton is like the Monaco like budget brand.
if Louis Vuitton or not Louis Vuitton, one of the drivers that drives for Ferrari is actually born Monaco is I guess a country, and he's Monacan or whatever you call it.
Charles
Like,
Leclerc.
Yeah, he's
lives
a
there.
he's a Monacan. That's all I'll call him.
Yeah,
So-
how bougie
Yeah,
is
they-
that?
they
The
have, like, their
Ferrari driver.
own-
A
It's
Ferrari driver
king.
born in Monaco.
They don't have, I don't think they have a president or anything. It's the king, like the king of Monaco. They have princes and princesses and all that shit.
I wish I had
That's
enough
like
money
that
to buy a
really,
shitty
really
hotel in
small
Monaco.
area off that one
French
ocean, right?
Riviera.
Yeah.
It's the Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sea.
Yeah, but I want to just have enough money to buy a shitty motel in Monaco because I
Dude.
probably couldn't even afford that.
You can't.
I don't know if you can afford a dumpster.
Probably not. Probably
it's
not.
fucking crazy how far like getting tickets to the race isn't that bad. I mean, they're like, I mean, it's still a couple grand, right? But you would have like, where the fuck are you gonna sleep? There's
I'm gonna
like,
try to get Miami tickets.
hotels are like $5,000-$6,000 a night.
Yeah,
Tom, do you
And those
watch
are for
F1?
like shitty ones. Every once in a while, I'll watch it.
I think it's fun to watch.
I got into it back when I worked at at Porter Airlines, and we went to Montreal, and so they have
Oh,
the
that's
races
sweet.
in
Yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah.
And we were there a couple months before they had the race, and everyone there was like all for it. They're like, dude, you have to come back in June, because they literally shut down the streets of like old Montreal with like the cobblestone streets, and they
That's
fucking
fucking awesome.
parade the cars up and down the streets to like
Yeah.
show them.
Yeah, the track in Austin, I flew in to see some buddies in Austin a few years back, and Circuit of the Americas is about 10, 15 miles outside of Austin. That's actually a track I could have raced the S10 at, believe it or not. I could go take my S10 to the fucking track that they race F1 cars at and race it there.
No more.
Not anymore. So thanks, Austin. Fuck you, Austin.
That's funny. I feel like Austin and I, well, at least I just recently started watching NASCAR more. I think it really sparked
Their
some-
car next year is pretty sweet. Their new car design, because we're a golf podcast, they're actually switching transmissions to a sequential transmission.
Really?
Yeah, so there's no clutch anymore.
Does
You
that
got a
relate to
clutch to
golf?
get it in first gear, and that's it. So what's that, Austin?
How does that relate to golf?
No, he's saying we're not talking about
Thanks,
golf.
Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Yeah, Austin and I. What was it? Was that the Daytona 500, Austin?
Yeah.
Thanks, Kowalski.
See, like I can watch Formula One because it's interesting, right? There's the turns and everything involved in it. I cannot fucking watch NASCAR.
So
You don't like
NASCAR's
watching
doing
people
more
turn
road
left?
courses.
Don't fucking care.
They're doing more road courses in the
What
new
was
car.
the dirt track they just did?
Bristol that failed because it rained for fucking 2 weeks before then.
Yeah.
But
Tell you what, they're fun to drive though.
A NASCAR?
NASCARs?
Fucking
A
glad.
stock car, yeah.
You can only watch a motherfucker turn. Like it's
Well,
So
that's
They're
a-
making more new track, like they're racing at new tracks. And it's more road course stuff now, and the car is not an asymmetrical car. The new one next year. It's
Although
like-
to be fair,
both-
one of the biggest
ways.
like the YouTubers I watch the most is literally drag cars. Like he just builds a fucking drag car, drives a straight line. and I
Doesn't
can
even
watch
get to
that for
turn left.
Fucking hours. So right. So I don't. Yeah. I'm
Granted, I used to go to
person follow.
Joliet for the race every year, the Tropicana back in the day.
really?
Down in Joliet, Illinois.
Oh, it's Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of my balls off at Chicagoland for Electric Daisy Carnival.
EDC was at Chicagoland.
One time, and then they got banned because it was so fucking loud.
Yeah, I
Damn,
heard
when did
about
you get
that.
to drive a stock cars? When I want to know.
I actually drove at Talladega.
You drove one, like
Pardon?
like
It was like
Richard
10 years
Petty
ago.
experience thing, something like
Yeah.
that. Really?
Mhm.
That's sweet. How fast you
Yes.
get going?
I think I got up to like 155
Yeah, they
Wow,
go
because it was my first time. Yeah,
Well,
I did
that you go
8
faster.
did 8 laps. So I mean, you know how it works, right? So
No.
there's a lead car that
Like a pace car.
in front of you with the driver, and they have red and green lights, and it's essentially trying to keep you within like 2 lengths ish